Hello again, everybody. It's Plowboys Ghost channel. I brought you back out to the sand pit, maybe to give you a little different view than the last few times, to shoot the CBA for you. You remember the last video I told you I'd put on this Skinner basic peep sight. That was really straightforward and easy. Put on the saddle ring, mounted it good and stout so you could use it rugged. Took out with us, that's with a safety delete, of course. And I like those two additions a lot. Of course, put a dovetail blank in there to smooth up the look of that a little bit. And I had an issue with the one of these tenon screws that hold the forearm cap on. I broke one off when I was taking a gun down, I guess when I put it back together too tight or whatever. So I ordered another one, had to order screws and had to order tenon. I ordered it from Numrick Gun Parts, I believe is the name of it, Numrick. And the one, by the way, y'all with the CBA, modern Remington Marlin CBA, the one I ordered, the tenon for the 1895 Cowboy fit perfect on this. I figured it would since it's both octagon barrel. No problem, no issue, my bad. Other than that, y'all, I'm in love with this rifle. I haven't really shot it a lot, but I've been busy. I ain't got really anything accomplished much, but been busy just the same. And got some of my hand loads out here. They are Lee 457405 RFs, I believe is the number on the mold. Just Lee Allox lubing them. I'm using 36.5 grains of powder of IMR 4198. I had started off with 38 grains the other day. Well, when I first got the gun, I started off with 38 grains, and it really wasn't that accurate. And I went down into the 34s, and worked my way around, and it turns out 36.5 printed a really nice tight grip, and it's still noticeably more punch than the trapdoor load. But y'all, the trapdoor load, if it's the equivalent of the black powder 4570 from the 1870s, 1880s, if memory serves right, wasn't that load highly responsible, or at least had a huge part in nearly eliminating the bison from this continent? If it's strong enough for buffalo at 1,300 foot per second, I ain't scared of this being weak at 15 plus, so that should do it. Anyway, I quit yapping and see if I can hit anything. And yeah, I had it loaded the whole time, but nothing in the chamber. Nobody out here for miles. I didn't aim it myself. Thankfully, it's not too easy to do that with a rifle. All right, let's see if I can hit anything. Anything. And y'all, by the way, when I put this sight on, this has never happened to me before. When I put this Skinner peep sight on, I didn't move anything. It's exactly like it was from the factory in the elevation. I just centered up the dovetail on it, tightened it down. Would y'all believe it's hitting? I didn't have to do anything to it. 25 yards. It was printing pretty good. So now that I've told y'all that, if I miss, it's on me. Guess I'll keep my brass in my pocket. And that ain't a weak load. I don't think you need 40 grains to have a powerful load at 4570. It's doing just fine like this. You know what's going to happen. I got to miss the last one. Has this ever happened to me before in front of a camera? 4 trigger pulls for 4 kills? I don't think it has. Yeah, let me take these extras out. I'm out of targets. And I feel lucky. Kind of want to stop on a good note. Anyway, y'all. I know that there's a lot of talk on the internet, and I know there's some people that probably had real problems with Marlin after Remington took them over. But this is a November 2016 built rifle, and I'm just going to give you my opinion. I had a bunch of JMs in the past. I've had a 1965 model 444, which was a beautiful gun. I wish I still had that. I had several Walmart Marlin 3030s from the 80s, late 80s into the 90s. Yeah, late 80s. And mid to late 80s. Let's say 87 through 88, 89. And I've had a bunch of older 336s. Some of them just junky looking. It were great shooters, you know. One had no bluing on it, and the wood was in rough shape, but man, that thing was a tack driver. I had a Marlin guide gun, 4570, back when they first come out, the ported. Of course, it was a JM, but it was about 2002, 2003. I had a 450 guide gun when it first come out, right before that 4570, and of course, it was a JM. And you know, every one of those guns were, you know, even the wore out gun, or the ones that looked worn out, they were all good guns. But y'all, I'm not going to say that this is better in any way, but there ain't a thing wrong with this. It's hitting good. It runs pretty good. You know, I did flick it up just a little bit, but I didn't do much. And put a good rear sight on it, get rid of the ugly safety, and what's wrong with that? You know, Remington, they did a little bit. They made some bad decisions. Like a few people, here I am going into politics. They should have probably stopped production for while they got the guns right in the changeover, you know, in their machinery changeover, and they're trying to rediscover the patterns and the dimensions and everything that weren't written down. And in some ways, you know, I agree they might have done some harm to the Marlin name. Well, they did do some harm to the Marlin name. Just look on some Marlin websites, you know, more Marlin forums. Even Marlin devotees are giving them a hard time. But I'm going to tell you right now, this gun is not junk. And I'm not just saying it because I own it. If a buddy or mine come pulling up with this rifle and said, here, you know, and I had not shot one of these yet, not handled one of these yet, of the so-called Remlins, you know, I'd be skeptical. But when I got done with it, I'd be really, really changing my mind about it a little bit. It'd be intriguing. It had me thinking a little bit, maybe some of what I've heard, maybe it wasn't 100% accurate, or maybe it didn't cover all the guns, just a few people's guns. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not saying you should rush out and buy every Remlin you see. Look them over good. I looked this one over pretty good. And if it's like this one, if the one you get is like this one, man, ain't a thing in the world wrong with this. And I'd say that if it was your gun, or your gun. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all, let's see. I've got a couple of ideas in the near future, very near future, for a couple of videos. And they might involve lever guns. I know I'm talking a whole lot and shooting very little again. And I'll try to get some. I don't keep videos in the bank, so that's why I don't do a whole lot of regular drops. I'll go home here in a few minutes. This is sometime still before dinner time. I'll go home here in a few minutes, and I'll edit this and I'll upload it. Y'all will be looking at it in less than a couple of hours. So anyway, I noticed it had passed 1,000 subscribers, and that was a benchmark that I wanted to pass. You know, and I guess every person who starts a YouTube channel, or just about everybody, you know, probably sees the threshold that YouTube holds for monetization, for being a partner or whatever, and thinks, well, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to get to that point. But you know, I've done some hard thinking about it in the last little while, and I am not knocking anyone else's channel or how they do anything, because there's a lot of y'all, there's a lot of creators who do a lot better job than me and have a lot more watchable content than me. But I have come to the conclusion that I am not intending in any time in the near future, and maybe not ever, not intending to seek monetization. And I don't think it'd be but a few pennies at my little level anyway that I'm missing. But even if it was a little bit more money, you know, I want to keep control of my content. And I know that I figure everything I got just about to be demonetized anyway, because y'all going to get some more politics. You're going to get some more plowboys opinion. You're going to get some more southernness. You're going to get some, you know, I want to be able to say what I think. And if I want to shoot a beer can right after I've drank it, or pretend to, that's my business. Y'all that like it, or you like the channel and y'all watch, I appreciate y'all. Y'all that subscribe, I appreciate y'all too, a lot. And those other channels along the way who've mentioned or this channel and helped out a little bit along the way, I appreciate y'all too. And I'm just gonna do my thing. For better or worse, I may end up with 1 subscriber here before too long instead of 1,000. But I really do appreciate y'all. I might have mentioned that just a few times now. Anyway, see y'all again soon. Thanks for watching.